everyone, and welcome back to my channel.
Your channel.
My channel.
Or Coffee with Vay and Tay.
Coffee with Vay and Tay. Guys, should we start that? Comment
do
below.
that?
Comment below if you think
Coffee
that's a
with
good...
Vay and Tay, so
Coffee
I'm
with
the
Vay
only
and
one
Tay.
with coffee.
Oh, where's my coffee? Today we're gonna be talking about something that's really, really, really important to me, and it's women safety in the real estate business. So I recently had the opportunity to talk on a panel at the Buzz conference, and this was actually my topic of discussion. And there was a lot of positive feedback.
So much, yeah.
And also a lot of questions about it. So Taylor's actually in the process of getting her real estate license. So I figured might as well do a YouTube video with questions that she's gonna ask me.
Yeah. So I would say my first question would be, how do you vet male clients? Because I think working in this industry, there's a fine line between taking people seriously or whether they're just trying to flirt with you. Like, how do you determine who's serious and who's not?
It's actually really, really hard to determine whether or not a male is sliding into your DMs or emailing you or calling you because they're serious about purchasing or selling a property, or they're just trying to go on a date with you.
Yeah.
So over the years, I've kind of built my own tips and tricks, which I'm gonna share with you today. I never involve alcohol.
Yeah.
So that's my number one rule. If they suggest to meet for the first time, meeting at dinner, go for drinks, it's a no-go. It's not to say that they're not serious clients, but girls, never involve alcohol. My suggestion is go for coffee in the morning, go for lunch. Just, if he asks if you want a drink, just say you have another meeting. Anything you have to say to not involve alcohol, and that will show that you mean business and you're not there for any other reasons other than real estate.
Yeah, I think there's like a fine line between like having like kind and genuine conversation and like having a buyer interview and kind of, including that as well.
If you don't want to be too straightforward, there are other ways, like just going for lunch and coffee. You can meet with them and then
bring someone else along
or bring your assistant. Bring someone else along to take notes. If you don't feel comfortable, you can bring someone else from your office, a male, a female, anything else. But these are tricks that work. They really, really work. Like, for example, I had to meet a client a few weeks ago, and I didn't know him and I didn't know if he was serious. So I brought Taylor along to take notes. So little tricks, but girls, don't involve alcohol.
So avoid alcohol, maybe not late at night, keep it to the morning, maybe bring a coworker.
All good tricks to do that.
I feel like lockboxes are sometimes put in strange places. Like, how do you go about going to get that lockbox in that strange area, like a dark alleyway?
Especially in downtown Toronto, it's actually crazy.
Yeah, they'll be like on the left, down the alleyway, underneath the dumpster.
Or the worst ever is in P4 with no cell phone reception.
Or that, yeah.
So that's actually a really good question. So lockboxes can be in really unsafe areas, especially when you have no cell phone service, or especially if you're going in a dark alleyway. Do what you need to do to protect yourself, whether or not you're carrying a pepper spray for the alleyway, or whether or not you are on your cell phone while you're getting the lockbox or in that alleyway, just so someone knows where you are. But a trick to avoid that, especially in the winter months, is try to book your showings before it's dark.
Yeah.
I always feel like I'm more scared collecting a key in a lockbox when it's pitch dark outside, even though it's 5 p.m. But unfortunately we have to deal with that. Carry whatever you need to carry, be on the phone with your friend, share your location with your
location's a big one.
Yeah, share your location with your best friends, your coworkers, your family members, all good tricks. But if you're getting a key in underground parking where you have no cell phone reception and you need a fob to access the parking, because usually P1 is the only one that's visitor access and you have to call in the concierge. So if you feel unsafe, a trick is to leave your business card in the lock.
In the door.
So I do this all the time so you can get back in. I always leave a business card, and it works wonders. It's actually saved my life so many times, because sometimes the concierge, you're locked in. And there's one time I was locked in for literally 40 minutes because the concierge went on a break.
Oh my God.
No cell phone reception in P4, can't get in, and it was scary. So tricks, ladies, use your business card, put it in the lock, it won't lock. Go get the key quick in the lockbox and then run back and it's unlocked and you're safe.
I guess if there's no service down there, another trick would be to like screenshot the instructions and like what the code is.
Of course. Oh yes.
That's a big one. Because then you're down there and you're like, oh shoot, I don't remember the code.
So another trick would be always screenshot the lockbox instructions before you go in a parking garage, because if you don't have reception, you can't access your email.
Then you're just looking at all these lockboxes.
Or your follow-up boss or any
Yeah.
CRM system, and you don't even know the lockbox, and then you can't get back in because you don't know what to do. So
this is sounding like a massive disaster.
Disaster, and it's happened to me too many times. So
in the dark, it's like running upstairs from your basement when you're trying to get a lockbox.
yeah,
You're
just
like running up the stairs because you think something's following you, and you're like, oh my god.
It's literally like that. It feels like that. Especially they always put in like the worst place in like the garage that nobody uses.
I
So
know.
that's a great point. Take a screenshot of the lockbox instructions before you go in a parking garage and use that business card. It really does help.
So I guess follow up to that question is, if it's someone you've never met before, do you take your client down with you to that dark P4 area, or do you say, do you want to wait in the lobby? Like, is that rude to say?
It's never rude
to wait for me. Like, you know, it's kind of uncomfortable when you're first meeting someone.
I get it, but your safety comes first.
Yeah.
Whatever you need to do to protect yourself. I mean, the second or third or fourth showing, if you're taking this client along a few times and you start getting more comfortable with them, that's fine. But that first showing where you've never met them, tell them, listen, the lockbox is far. It's gonna take me a few minutes. I don't want you to follow me. Please wait in the lobby. If they insist,
or like,
just be
don't
like,
worry, stay here, take your time, let me just go grab the lockbox. It's
course,
kind of a hassle.
Of course,
Yeah.
exactly. But
Cool.
if they insist on coming with you, just say it's against rules.
Yeah.
Only realtors are allowed in the lockbox room. Only realtors allowed. So
only I have like access to the key.
Exactly.
We don't need you there. Like
exactly. So that's a very valid point.
which is true. Only you can like unlock.
100%. So make your client wait in the lobby, especially if you don't know them and if you're not comfortable, especially if you're going in an alleyway or in a parking garage or in a stairwell. Make them wait, go get the key first, or show up 10 minutes prior and have the key ready for you before the showing. But these are all tricks on staying safe while on showings with clients you've never met before.
So let's now say we've determined that they're a serious buyer, you still haven't met them. Now we're in the unit or the home, like we're there, we're doing the showing. Is there any tips that you would give, like, you know, how to interact with them while you're in the unit?
So my trick is to always walk behind them.
Okay.
Let them look at the unit or look at the home in front of you. It's just
Have them trail like in front of you. You're trailing behind.
I'm trailing behind my clients because I have an easier way out if something were to happen.
Yeah, fair.
I never turn my back on them in case something unexpected would happen. This is something that I always do, but girls, trail behind your client.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't know them. And trust me, you never know, and I hope nothing happens to anyone.
Of course,
But this is something.
These are all just preventative.
These are all
proactive
tricks
things
that
to keep
I
in
do.
mind.
Some of you have your own tricks. This is one that I really, really, truly believe that works, and it gives you a peace of mind that you don't have your back turned on them, and you feel safer.
So before you meet with a client, like, how do you determine whether you are going to meet with them in person? Let's say they do seem serious. You know, they haven't given you any red flags, but you really haven't talked to them that much.
So if I have it in my gut feeling that they may or may not be a serious client, I just make sure I ask all the questions possible.
Yeah, like on the
phone. The longer you talk to them, the more you get to know them.
Yeah.
And the more you get to see how they react to your questions. Are they stuttering? Are they
giving you bullshit
Exactly.
answers?
Are they looking for words? And you'd be surprised how much you can get to know someone on the phone. Not only that, girls, push for a Zoom meeting. If
right
they
off
want,
the bat. And then
right
if
off
you
the bat.
do,
and say it's because you want to see if I vibe with you. You want to see if you're hiring me as your realtor.
Yeah.
So I want to see, let's see, before wasting your time, let's have a quick Zoom so we can meet to see if we're good for each other.
Like, vet the client and see, like, you know, are we a match? Like,
Exactly.
You know, to work together.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
and
great.
honestly, the more you extend your talk time with this client, the more you will feel it in your gut feeling. Is this client serious or not?
Yeah.
Another thing is ask the appropriate questions. Can I see your pre-approval? Are you pre-approved? I'm interviewing them as much as they're interviewing me. So show me your pre-approval. If so, where is it from? What's the amount? Can I see it? I just want to make sure everything is
lined
properly.
up.
I don't want to waste your time because maybe you can afford more and you don't know.
Yeah.
Flip the questions so they think you are doing the due diligence for them, but really you're looking after your own safety, which is really, really, really important. Give their name, check on Geo Warehouse if they actually own the property that they're talking about.
That they say they own. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, so ask for their full name and do your research. Do they own that property that they want you to see? These are all tricks. It might be a little bit more work, but it might save your life.
So talk time, write that down. Talk
time.
Yeah.
Talk time.
That's a good one. Talk time.
The longer the conversation, whether it's on Zoom or on the phone, you will get to know them more and look for signs. Are they stuttering? Are they, you know, asking more? Are they asking personal questions? Or are they asking
that don't
business?
relate to real estate? Yeah, like, do you have a boyfriend? And you're like, well, that has nothing to do with the sale.
If they ask you in your relationship, red flag.
Yeah, red flag.
And just
cut them. Just to go back to like something that I asked earlier, like once we've determined that there is a non-serious buyer, he's not serious to you, he's clearly asking you on a date. What if he persists to do so and continues to say he's interested in real estate? You know he's not. It's clearly to just get your attention and go on a date with you. How do you kind of politely cut?
There's actually no way of
that communication, or
there's no way of politely cutting someone off at this point.
It's rejection, but it's like
it is rejection,
awkward.
But you have to have yourself and your business in mind.
Yeah.
And if they're wasting your time, and if they're only interested in meeting you to go on a date, to flirt with you, they're not serious buyers, I would just delete them from my CRM and just not talk to them again. At this point, it's not rude anymore if they're wasting your time, especially if you're a really busy realtor. I mean, they're either serious clients or they're not. If you feel it in your gut that they're not serious,
go with your gut.
Don't ever think it's rude to cut them off, because it might turn into something more dangerous later on the line if you do entertain for one possible sale. And it's just not worth it. It's not worth jeopardizing your safety over that. So I would say, girls, just cut them off. So thank you so much, Taylor, for asking me the questions. I'm so excited for you to be a real estate agent.
I mean, I think I am too. I don't know now. I don't know. It's like hide in the stairwell. Honestly, bring your pepper spray.
No. Honestly, girls, these are all my own tips and tricks that I've been using. I've been in the business for almost 7 years now. And you just gotta look out for yourself.
Yeah,
and
of course.
I know the paycheck is all at the back of our mind, but safety is number one. If you have any questions or specific situations that you have any questions about, please comment below. We'll make another video about it.
Or share your stories with us.
Or share your stories
that you guys have been through.
I'm gonna make my own video on stories.
I think you should, like horror stories or something.
It's gonna be crazy. That's for another YouTube video.
That's for another time.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone.
Coffee with Tay and Bae.
Coffee with Tay and Bae. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you like this video and you want to see more content, please subscribe and hit the bell button so you are notified every time I put a video.
Bye.
Bye, and cut them off if they suck.
Chop them.